Hi grades 4, so this is your lesson 7 for today and you should be following along. So I'm looking at lesson 7. It is Wednesday and let's get started. You should grab your math textbook, open it to page 74. We'll be looking at page 74 and page 75. And in your workbooks, you will be looking at page 103 and 104. So these two pages, 103 and 104. Okay? So let's get started and let's learn about angles. Okay? So let's start reading and see what it says. So I'm going to read from the top so we know. Okay? We measure angles in degrees. We write 90 degrees for 90-degree angle. What's a 90-degree angle? So this is 90-degree angle, and we use a protractor to measure 90-degree angle. So I would put it here, and I would look at my middle line right here, and if I look here, the line that goes straight to the top, so right from here all the way to here, do you see it says 90? That means it's a 90-degree angle. Okay, if I put my ruler, so do you see it? 90. If I put my ruler over here and look at this, what does that make it? Sorry, I'm looking at my camera and also at this, so it's showing me backwards. Okay, now if I were to make it less than 90, would it be here or would it be down here? It would be down here somewhere or here, right? It wouldn't be straight. So those angles are less than 90. Now a 90-degree angle, which goes up, straight up and across, it's called a right angle. What's it called? A right angle. So here we go. They've shown you a picture and they've given you an example. So right at 90 and across, it equals 90 degrees and it is a right angle. Then let's go ahead and look here. In our second picture, again, protractor, in our second picture, they have given us, look, I'll hold it up closer. Do you see where this line is going? It's going right at, where is it going? It's going right at 50 degrees. So it is a 50-degree angle. Now an angle that is, 50 or that is less than 90, it is called an acute angle. Acute angle, it is less than 90 degrees, which means even if it is 89, is it a right angle? No, it's not, because right angle has to be 90 degrees up and across. It has to be very straight. So that's why even if it's 89, it's not considered right angle. It would be an acute angle. Okay, it's an acute angle and it looks like this. It's not straight up like right angle. It's a bit closed. Okay, just like this picture. Look how this goes straight and across. This closes up, right? It's closer. Then we have something which is greater than 90. Any angle that is greater than 90, it's called an obtuse angle. Okay, it's called an obtuse angle. It is more than 90 degrees. That's what you need to remember. So right angle is 90 degrees. Acute angle is less than 90, anything. So all the way from 1 to 89, always acute. Right angle can only be 90, it cannot be 91. Then obtuse angle is more than 90. So any angle, 91, it is obtuse. 92, obtuse, all the way, okay? So we have 3 angles. So far we talked about 3 angles. Right angle, 90 degrees. Acute angle, less than 90. Obtuse, more than 90. So that's what we are looking at. Now, on page 75, they have said, what is the size of each angle? So they're asking us, what is the size of each angle? And they're helping, or they want you to read the protractor. They want you to read the protractor, and it's right at 20. Okay? It's right at 20. Do not say it is 160, because 160 angle would open wider. This is an acute angle. Remember I told you acute angle closes up. So watch this. If this is right angle, so this is right angle, right at 90, okay? Acute angle starts to close up like this. So it closes up. Whereas obtuse angle, it opens wider. It keeps opening wider, right? Acute, obtuse. Does that make sense? So that's how you measure angles. That's how you learn, not with your hand, but that was just to help you. You use your protractor to find out the size of each angle. Now over here, all you have to do is read the markings, just like we are reading graphs. Do you remember? So we are drawing our graphs where we read the number. If it was 20, we took our lines all the way up to 20, we marked it, we drew a graph, right? Similarly, when we are reading angles, we are reading our protractor. This is a picture of a protractor. So we know, just by looking at it, you should know that it is an acute angle. Okay, so as we go through these lessons, grades 4, you don't need to worry about, oh my goodness, I do not know if it's an acute or whatever. You will know eventually, okay? So by looking at it, we know it's an acute angle, which means it is smaller than 90, which means if it's smaller than 90, which number would you say? Is it 20 or is it 160? What's the size of this angle, 20 or 160? If it's less than 90 and it's an acute angle. It is absolutely 20. So I will say in my book, not in this one, in your spiral books, you will go ahead and you will say 1A, it is angle. So this sign over here, it's not less than or greater than, it means angle. This shows angle. They're saying, what is the size of angle P? They've marked P right here. So angle P equals 20 degrees. That tiny zero, that means degrees, okay? Now let's go ahead and look at this one. Now just by looking at it, is it more than 90 or is it less than 90? My 90 would be right here. Is it going up to 90 or is it wider? It is wider, so that means it's an obtuse angle, right? So if it's an obtuse angle, that means which number am I going to pick? An obtuse angle is greater than 90, remember that. So which number am I going to pick? Am I going to pick 140 or am I going to pick 40? I'm going to pick 140 to say this is the size of angle Q. Okay, so look, they've given you Q. They've said angle Q is, it would be 140, not 40, because 40 would mean it's an acute angle. Does this look like an acute angle? Not at all, okay? So here we go. That's what you need to do. So we did both of these questions, so you don't need to do them, but you do need to understand them. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at our exercise 41. And so they have said, what is the size of each angle in degrees, right? And again, we have to learn to read our protractor. This is a picture of the protractor. So right now, angle A is a right angle. It is 90 degrees. So it is 90 degrees. Okay, they've done this one for us. Let's look here. Is this acute or is this obtuse or is this right? It is less than 90, right? It's not at 90, so I know if it were 90, it would look like this. It looks like less than 90, so therefore it's an acute angle. So for my numbers, when I'm saying, well, what's the measurement of this angle? I am not going to choose 110. I am going to choose 70. because I know it's an acute angle. So I will go ahead and I will write 70 degrees. So angle B is 70 degrees. Does that make sense? So grade 4, that's what you have to do for both of these pages. That's all you're doing. You're looking at your angles. So again, what's your clue? You need to understand right angles, they will always be 90 degrees, okay? Acute angle, they will never be 90. They will always be less than 90. Obtuse angles, they will always be greater than 90. So which means when you are picking your numbers, which means when you're choosing, well, which number would I choose? You need to know, is it a right angle? Is it an acute angle? Or is it an obtuse angle? So again, right angle, 90 degrees. Acute angle, less than 90. Obtuse angle, more than 90. Right angle opens straight up and down. Acute angle closes in. And obtuse angle, opposite. So it opens wider. Okay? So this is your lesson for today. And I will see you next time in our lesson 8.